you've seen some of my previous episodes, you know that I very much care for the good treatment of animals, and probably wouldn't surprise you to learn that I'm appalled by the barbaric and outdated seal hunt that goes on every year in Canada, despite it making less and less money due to the global outcry. That being said, I have no love whatsoever for PETA or the people for the ethical treatment of animals. While they are often a well-meaning group, more and more lately they've been coming off as a bunch of radicals, and if that's not enough, they have a pretty strange grasp of the real world. A couple of years ago, I already lost sympathy for them when they likened the murder and beheading of Tim McLean to what goes on in slaughterhouses. Now, leaving aside for a minute that the two actually have little to nothing in common, PETA made this point by taking out a full-page newspaper ad less than a week after the murder. Frankly, that's despicable and unethical in the extreme, and pretty much every newspaper in Canada agreed with me. To my knowledge, only one paper ran the ad, and even then no one publicly supported it. But the reason that I'm talking about them now is that a few days ago, one of their members threw a pie at a Canadian cabinet minister's face during a press conference. This activist then proclaimed that this was because of the minister's support for the seal hunt. Now, I'm hardly ever one to sympathize with a Tory minister these days, but frankly, this was out of line. Never mind that, but PETA doesn't think that their sister deserved to be arrested for assault. Evidently, they don't like to read dictionaries, because my understanding is that in Canada and America alike, any unwanted and violent contact is an assault both morally and legally. Then again, these are the same people who have no problem with euthanizing surrendered pets and leaving them in dumpsters, comparing dog shows with a KKK rally, and calling carnivores Nazis. And while it might sound extreme, I'm actually wondering if labeling PETA a terrorist group over this might be a good idea. After all, this is a group that apparently has no problem with attacking somebody out of the blue in a public place to intimidate them for political purposes. By definition, that is terrorism. I can't blame anyone for thinking that that's a far-fetched comparison, but then I would ask you to substitute that pie with a knife, a gun, or a hand grenade, and then tell me what you would call that action. Frankly, it's lunatics like PETA that make me sympathize with moderate conservatives, because even though I may agree with the basic goals that they're fighting for, when they resort to such ridiculous and extreme methods as this, it's not only embarrassing, but it doesn't exactly attract sympathy. In other words, you're blowing your own damn feet off with a shotgun. I may as well be an old-school conservative trying not to be mistaken for Sarah Palin, Glenn Beck, or Rush Limbaugh. Thanks a lot, you morons. That's it for me.